Hey, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm setting up my planner for 2026. And if you saw my lineup video, I just really have the one planner. My others are journals and trackers. And so this keeps me organized throughout the year. So this is my planner slash brain book a little bit because I have some other sections in it. But I have already in here, I've got the first 6 months, my monthly pages for the first 6 months of the year. And the other 6 months I have in kind of like a storage one. If you saw my other videos, I have kind of gone through my favorite dashboards from past Jane's Agenda boxes and put them in here, so that I would have it all kind of set up and pretty and not necessarily feel like I need to get every box all year long, although I still might do that. But so I have the monthlies in here. I'm gonna throw in the date, I can get this right. Week on 4 pages. I'll throw my week on 4 pages, my favorite ever pages that I seem to stumble over the names of every time, plus the goals and projects sections that I'm moving in here. And just to give you an idea of what I've got happening, if you haven't watched any of my stuff before, I am combining the Live Love Posh monthlies with my week on 4 pages from Jane's Agenda, and I absolutely love both companies. And but these are just my favorite pages ever, and I'll show you why. So quick flip through, and if you have seen my other more recent videos going through this, just fast forward a little bit. But so we've got some yearly pages here, like the year at a glance, holidays, 2026 plans, and vision boards. So also word of the year in pixels, when did I last, which I do use that all the time, annual bill tracker, and then this books section. So this section I kind of consider my annual section. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a little divider in there. I got these nice thin ones from Live Love Posh because they're so thin and lightweight, which makes it the planner not get too heavy. So I'm going to throw these in here so that when I open to the annual section, I'm looking at my plans and my vision board, but it's really easy to flip back and look at some of these other things here too. So at the end of that, I've got this next section, which is my quarterly section. So I'm going to throw my little quarterly divider in here. And in this section, they're not actually quarterly. It's 2 months to a page, but this is for what people call future planning, where I will put things like my kids' school schedule throughout the year, my college kids and my younger kiddos, family events, birthdays, travel, anything that we have that I know is coming up throughout the year will go in here in the beginning of the year. And so we've got just all 12 months, and then we move into our monthly pages. So and I also have all of these picked out. So I just love pretty dashboards, and so I've got those in here too. So like I said, and all the monthly pages. But let's look at January here. So in January, the monthly pages from Live Love Posh, we've got important dates and birthdays, affirmations, what I'm currently reading, listening to, loving, monthly goals, priorities, etc. And then these monthly pages. I like to have this monthly here because in the beginning, well, probably right after I do this video, I'll go ahead and put my monthly, what's happening in the month here. And so it's something I like to be able to access easily, so it's going to go there. One of the things I love about these monthly pages is that they have a little budget section, which I expand with this dot grid, but where we could put habits, mood tracking, which I'm not going to include my budget area, so I put stickers over that. But then we've got to-dos. So this can be like a little my brain dump, organize it into to-dos. Monthly inbox, where I'll put the 10 different areas of focus in my life and what my plans are for that each month. And then month in review, where we can go through highlights of the month, challenges faced, and lessons learned. And then I think the reverse is just lined. So that is where I'm going to throw in my monthly page, or the week on 4 pages papers. But before I do that, I'm going to put this budget note into my budget section, which I do already have that part set up for January. So what I use these for is no spends, and then I'm going to track if I like what my daily sales are, personal budget, business budget, and so this is the budget section. So that gets the budget stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna put the week on 4 days, and I'm using these big expander discs from Happy Planner. They work fine with my Live Love Posh and Jane's Agenda. I don't know, I just liked kind of the tortoise shell and how it looked with this, so that's why I went with these. Also because it's plastic, and when I'm going with expander discs, I generally like to do plastic so that it's lighter weight. Don't ask me why I'm so obsessed with having my planner be lighter weight, but it just has to feel right when I'm packing it around. So this has dot grid, which I could do something with as far as other planning, if I need more planning space and note space, because I do like to do like some decoration, little journaling space, that type of thing in here. Although I do have a couple of great journals this year, so I might not do quite so much journal, but more of like just what's happening in the month, celestially, etc. So, all right, so here we have the week on 4 pages. So these first 2 pages have the a little habit tracker, which I've been using for my physical therapy, weekly tasks, space of limitless possibilities, could be anything in there, and then hourly, where it goes from 5 to 8, and then there's this little checklist where the checklist starts, but that's very easy to change into a 9. So I've been doing that a lot especially with my surgery this year and tracking medications and stuff. Let me see if I have examples. Yeah, my December was a little different, but so here we've got to-dos. I'm tracking which medications I'm taking when. This is when I've started to feel better, so I'm not putting like 24 hours in. But for a while I was expanding it like from 5 a.m. all the way to 4 a.m. So it was 24 hours so I could track what I was using. And then I like to use the top for dinner. I think it's just a great spot for that. Like, what are we having for dinner? Planning dinners for the week. So that is how I have that laid out. And so we've got this section, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we've got Thursday through Sunday here. I love that it gets full sections because I obviously am doing stuff on the weekends too. So love that. There's so much space to write. This is just my favorite pages ever. And one of the things I love about it is, I'm just going to show December as an example. So in December, I have like, let's start with the month. Yeah. So I've got my cute dashboard and then what I've got going on for the month. It's mostly decorated here. Then I've got the monthly, space to do some writing, which I have not done yet. We'll skip over the budget, but like a little Christmas bucket list. And then when we go into these pages, since that other part's decorated, that's more of like keepsake. These pages, I have them color coded, just because that's how my brain works. But they aren't anything fancy that I feel like I'm going to keep forever. Like I might keep it for a few months. So if I want to look back and be like, well, how much medication was I taking in, December? I might do that. But it's not like keepsake. And so since I tend to keep my planners, I'll just probably keep the monthly section. And then this as kind of like my keepsake. And then this is just my practical stuff. So, I love that, that whole setup. So I'm not decorating my weeklies, although I do see people decorate these and it comes out beautiful. I'm not worried about that. So let's go ahead and put my other sections in here. So we just added budget, month, quarter, annual, and those are all bottom tabs because that's what I prefer. The things that are going to go on top will be my today bookmark because I love this it doesn't take up, it's see-through, doesn't take up much space, so I can just flip to today and that'll be on top. It's kind of actually even a taller tab too, so it makes it a little easier to spot. My other two top tabs for now, and I think I probably will grab a couple more, are going to be for goals and projects. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the back of the book. And again, the wonderful thing about disc planning is how flexible it is. So I'm going to throw these goal pages in here. I have been going back and watching since I was busy when the actual Planathon happened, but going back and watching the Planathon from Jane's Agenda, and the tips are so good. Like, I've been planning for 25 years, with my business and stuff, and sometimes feel like, I basically know what I'm doing with goal setting and planning and project management. Oh, I learned something every time I listened to one of their workshops, and this year's was so good. And I was very excited to use the project and goal pages that I got. I think it was in the, I don't know, December box maybe. Yeah, I think it was anyways, they're going to go so nicely with this. So that's what it looks like. We've got the goals and projects. I'll throw with it today so we can see how that looks. It's just so that I can easily find today. But those are the top tabs, the today and the goals and projects. The months are down the side, and then bottom tabs are the annual, quarterly, monthly, and budget. Things that I also want to just be able to quickly flip to and see what I've got coming up, or what's happening this month, or working through my budget. So this is a shorter video than I was thinking it would be, but I've kind of got a system figured out and I really like it. So like I said, it's a fatty. I will probably only have 1 or 2 months of the week on 4 pages in here at a time because I don't want it to be probably too much chunkier than this. But I've got my little planner cover to store this and actually keep it from getting damaged since these can break. Although I've had this one for a couple years and it's fine. But I don't know, it's just so pretty all together. And one thing I'm super excited for, well, a couple of things. Okay, we'll add on a couple of things I'm excited for to make this video like a minute longer. I saw a little sneak preview that Jane is bringing out in the February box a snap-in pen case. And it's very pretty and neutral, and it's going to go perfect with here. Like I have this cute one from the Happy Planner. That is great. It does not go with this at all though. But just to have something that you can snap in and throw pens in, I'm so excited about because, this does have 2 pen holders here. There's one on this side of the cover, one on this side, but this is what I color code with. I need more than that, and so, they don't really go in the pocket, but if they could go in that clip in, I would be so excited to have all my pens here for my planning needs. So And like I said, love this. It's not going with this planner because it just, yeah, aesthetically does not go with that. Other thing I'm super excited about, I had my eye on these beautiful discs, I think for a couple years. Like the first time I tried to order them, the girl shop wasn't active. And then I messaged her on Etsy and she said she did have them and I was so excited and everything is so cute. But, oh, and it comes with an extra pen loop, which, hello, that was a very sweet gift. And the box was just so pretty. I loved it. So it's from a company called Uniquely You Planner Company. They're on Etsy. I think she has more of these, but I love this cute fleur-de-lis design. And I don't necessarily like switching out my discs a lot because I don't want to tear up my pages, but the February box from Jane's Agenda has a like Paris theme, and it's gonna go so good with these discs, so I might switch everything out for February. But you know, I've got my system, so it's easy to just switch the discs. But yeah, these are pretty. They are metal, but they're also very thin and lightweight, so I think they will go great and not be very much heavier than the plastic. So pretty. I'm so excited to use these. Like I said, I've had my eye on them for probably 2 or 3 years and just didn't, really have an excuse to use them. But I just was like, you know what, I'm getting them for myself. It's my little Christmas present to myself. And then I saw what the February box is going to be. Oh my gosh. So if you're on the fence about getting a Jane's Agenda subscription, I would say sign up now because their sub boxes are amazing. I usually get the deluxe because it'll have a cover like this. It'll have probably 4 or 5 dashboards, inserts like these ones. It's just always a surprise every month, but she'll give us little sneak previews. And so the February one's gonna be great. And I believe you need to sign up by then because they'll start shipping the boxes for February in mid-January. So you sign up by the end of December, pay it. I think they charge your account on the 1st of January, and then you'd get the box like middle of the month. Anyways, there's usually a wait list, but it's worth jumping on Jane's Agenda and checking it out, getting on the wait list. And the boxes are just so fun. So and if you're like, there's a month you're like, I don't need one, I'm gonna just skip it, you can do that. And you know, for somebody like me that's been doing it for so long and I've already got a lot of the things, I might not need it every month of the year, but sometimes you just fall in love with something and get it anyways. All right, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on my setup or Jane's Agenda, like pop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer questions, or I would also love to hear what you guys are doing this year that you're excited about. Planner wise, it's just fun to read the comments and see what everybody loves. So all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.